because sometimes you need to have a good, I don't know this word too, but is interpretation, something like that. So I think this habit to read is very good, and I always do it every day.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I don't know you, but I used to say that I speak well Portuguese because I read. Otherwise, I have no idea how to speak Portuguese. And learning something in English, of course, it helps you a lot with your vocabulary. So this is something really good. Congrats, Juliana. And what about you, Rodrigo?
Uh, I totally agree with Julian said because this um, when I remember when I was more younger, teenager, beginning adults, I'm hating read. I'm hating studying because I don't have more maturity and I work in the other things. But when I try to when I try to do specific goals and I try to put in the specific positions, I see I see what is important. Your student, your reads. Not so don't you study for the tests or for the specific test or uh, specific specific problem, I think. But and continue study, continue read is a powerful in my life and the powerful I think in the life of other people's. Um, I think in the last 2 years I studying a lot. I reading every day and I reading some books, but in the last years, before after born my little daughter, I my life is crazy and I can't maintain my routine for the read and the study. I have difficulty managing a lot of things in my daily after my little daughter born. But um, I try to maintain my routine for the read for the study. Okay, every day is not possible, but in one 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 I don't know this for the weekends and the for the parts for my day, and I try to maintain and don't I try to don't stop being well in my student. I think it's more important for me in my career in my life.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think when we are just students, um, like in the university or the high school, it's pretty common we learn just to do the test. And actually, this is something important to our life. So when we started to work, we realized that uh, we learned something about something related to our work some years ago, but we do not pay attention. We just study for the test, and this is really complicated. And Rodrigo, you said you have the habit to read every night, basically. So for you, what are the biggest obstacles that you had found to start to have this habit?
I think in this I think in this more is bigger problems. I think is bigger obstacle. First thing, mind. Because this when I stay in the specific mindset, it's difficult your change, it's difficult your belief, your challenging your life, it change your uh, actions. I think for me, it's more difficult it's changing my mind because when I start to read, oh guys, it's crazy because it's oh I don't burn about this, eu não nasci para isso, it's crazy. But step by step, day by day, try to I read it wrong in this time, but I try. In 2 months, 3 months, oh, I read more better. 1 years, I read a lot to learn better. I read and put in actions in my life. I think in bigger obstacles. I think in the mindset, your mind, because is your mind is the put in the situation in your life, and yeah, and you are believing, oh, I can't do this. No, you can.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard put the things we learn it in practice. So, for example, read a book about finances. It doesn't mean that I will start to do that. Uh, and I read a book about habits, for example. It doesn't mean that uh, now everything that I will try, it will become a habit. It doesn't work like that. So it's necessary for us to put it in practice what we learn it. So that to me it's the most difficult part.
Yes, it's a complicated because it's I try to put in my daily life in JTG method and get things done. Have great books.
Yes.
I try to put in my daily routine, but my mind, oh guys, is crazy because my mind is fighting with me. It's simple methods, it's simple, you understand, but you are doing step by step, day by day is more complicated. The first week is okay. The second week, oh, well, I can't endure in this, I can't endure the other things. The 30 weekends is crazy because I can't in doing this, I can't do other things. I try to maintain my mind is working in this. Okay, you are need doing this. It's but it's very difficult.
Yes, definitely. What about you, Juliana?
What is the question?
What do you think is the biggest obstacle, or the biggest challenge of trying to establish a new habit?
Hmm, I think the biggest obstacles is the constancy, because take a long time sometimes to get a new habit, because you need to do the same thing every day, but you really don't want to do, your body really don't want to do. So you need, you know, get used to this kind of situation, but it's not easy. So I think the constancy is very hard because when you try begin something new, you feel very excited. So you really want to do. But after 2 or 3 days, you totally lost your, you know, desire to do this thing. So I think the biggest obstacle to get a new habit is the constancy, you know, because when we can win the constancy, it becomes very easy. But until we get something like that, it's really hard, you know. I think that's the main reason. A lot of people are not, a lot of people actually don't have new habits and good habits because don't have constance, you know. I think constance is the key.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I can share one personal experience. As I said, now I'm living in Montreal. That is basically 2 hours before Brazil. So I work from a company in Brazil, and I need to wake up early because of this. So I used to wake up early for the first month, and it worked really well. But my vacation started. After my vacation, it doesn't work it anymore because in my vacation I used to wake up later. So Jesus, it doesn't work anymore till today. So yeah, the constants it's really hard to keep it. And Rodrigo, what strategies or tools help you stay motivated and focused when incorporating new habits into your routine?
Bills, guys, bills. Bills stay motivated
It's
first.
the secret.
Yes, yes, it's simple. Bills. I have a lot of bills.
I have two
Yeah,
daughters.
yes, yes. Is a joking, but I try to think um, what why because I'm thinking because no, I think why why this goes, why this habit is important for me. For example, I try to put in the mental health in my life, my daily routine. Okay, because it's specifically happy mental health is it help me for the resist more better, uh, or stay more calm. And I try to see in the goals changing my life. And when I stay more, I don't know, desmotivated, I thinking for my bills and my daughters. It's simple because it's okay. I don't want to, I don't want to doing these specific habits. Okay, but you're adults, your needs doing these specific habits because if you don't doing this specific habit, you are lose this, there is other thinkings. I thinking I think in resolving my case, but is fighting a lot in my mind.
Yes, and especially in your case, for example, oh, I will not work now. Uh, I will work till later today. This is not something good to you because it this will take a time from your daughters. It will take a time for your from your family. So yeah, I think that this is this is something good and complicated at the same time. What about you? Yeah.
Number three, number four, right?
Yes.
Uh, I think I don't have a specific strategy to keep myself focused, you know, because always when I am trying to begin something new, like I said before, I really don't like, you know, because it's not something common to me. So I need get used to this kind of situation. And a lot of time it's not easy. So I don't have any strategy, you know. What I like to do is just do it, you know. like the Nike says, just do it. I try one day. Sometimes you know, I try, for example, let's go talk about study all day, not all day, but every day, 2 hours a day. So I need to do it. One day I study, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, another day, 50 minutes, I try until I get a routine, but it's hard because sometimes I can't, you know. Sometimes I get a new habit for a week, and in the next week I can't do it because I really don't want to do more, So it's hard because I like to think that our body like to back at the time that our body didn't do anything. So I think that's it. We begin to something new, but we always need uh fight, against the desire to do nothing, I think, because our body, like to back at the time that it didn't do anything. I don't know if you understand, but I think it's something like that, your
Yes,
comfort zone.
definitely. This is the word. You, it, it's good to our body being in the comfort zone. Yeah, and in my case, I I think that something that happens to me a lot is have a to-do list. So I know everything that I need to do in that day. It helps me because sometimes I have no idea what I have to do. And I started to procrastinate and to do something bad. So when I started to do a to-do list, uh, it takes some time of my day, but I realized that I started to have more things to do, and I started to avoid procrastinate. So I procrastinate or postpone some tasks. It helped me a lot. Um, Rodrigo, uh, question 6. How do adjustments in your environment influence the success of positive habits?
I think in this, I think it is influencing a lot. For example, when I starting or beginning the habits for your go to the gym, if your environment um, it's not so it's not so join or compatible compatible with your choose is complex. Your friends, your family, because this when I try to start to go to the gym, your friends, oh, it's your bad thinkings. Go to the pub, go to the party, go to the other things. I think in I think this is a problem for your mind, for your body. Your body try to no, today don't go to the gym because it's your have other thinkings. Um, when I stay in environments and the peoples and the people's talking about this, your choose, your goals, is more simple because this you are stay motivated, you see other people's go to the gym or start to study. I think in the environments is more important. Um, when I have more younger teenager and children, my environment is very danger. I don't see opportunities for my life. I don't see the persons and I see, oh, I liking this life. I working or I try to change in my actions, my mind for it because I need this specific life. No, uh, my my I don't know my parents know, but my friends and the peoples in my circle don't have more good habits, and I see specific thinkings when I have more adults, when I stay in the other places, contact the other persons. I think the environment is more important for the habits and for the life for the specific all persons, I think.
Yes, and even for the environment of work, for example, I work from home, so it's really complicated to me when I have my cell phone close to me, like right now. Uh, because I lose my focus when this is close to me. So every day before I start to work, no, at night before I go to the bed, I turn off my cell phone and put it far from me, and I just turn it on uh, like in the middle of the day. Uh, because this is something that is I know now I know that this is not something good to me. So I started to avoid, but it was harder to start. Yes. And what about you, Juliano?
Let me see here. Um, I think about constancy. I think maybe it's the
Uh,
most important. What?
it's about the question number 6.
Oh, okay. Um, I think in our environment, a good environment is very important in our lives. You know, for example, I think it's just a small thing to do. You know, if you know the people, I don't know if it's the same thing in English, but you know, if you have friends that, for example, like to study and you live in this environment, you know, this environment will help you study because the people that just talk about study, help you to study and things like that. But if you are living in an environment that people, do nothing, it doesn't mean that you do nothing, but you don't have anyone to in that environment to support you, to motivate you. So it happened too if you are, I don't know, living in an environment that you just, for example, you are in your home and you use your computer to study, but always you turn on your computer and begin to see a video on YouTube. So this environment is not good for you. I think it's something like that.
Great. And still talking about the environment, and as I said before, I turn off my cell phone before sleep. Did you do some adjust in your environment, Juliana, like me?
Can you repeat, please?
Uh, do you do some adjust in your environment for work better, for study better? For example, when you want to study, you go to a library. To study better, you turn off your cell phone. Do you do
Oh,
some of? those adjustments.
I get it. Yes, I do. For example, I like to study at my home because I think I can focus more, I can concentrate more in a better way if I study at home. Because, for example, I don't like to go study, for example, at the college. I go to the college because it's important, but I don't like to go to the college because there, the professor speaks and speaks and speak, and a lot of times I don't have my time to stop and okay, I I need process the information. So in that environment, at the college, in the college, it's not so good for me. So I like to learn, and I learn more at my home than the college, you know. But it's important to go there to know what's happened. So yes, I do some kind of I just, like for example, when I begin to study or to work, I like to organize my environment, my table. So I organize my table, I clean my table, you know, because I feel better to work and to study. And sometimes depends on the subject that I am studying. I like to put some music, an instrumental song to make me relax and concentrate in that situation, that study.
Great. What about you, Rodrigo?
Great question, because I see what importance you have some techniques and they put specific thinkings for improve your study, your reading, and other things. For example, smartphone, I think in this danger thinkings that people use. My my smartphone don't have notification for the social media, don't have notification specific thinkings, and when every day when I think in 9 p.m. my smartphone is stay in the sleeping time for heart planning mode, but and the screen for the those colors, and they don't have notifications, and it's good because this I don't have uh, never notifications, never uh, dopamine things, I think, is a good. And about student is I think in have some techniques for the improve your student. For example, Juliano said about the uh, put your music, instrumental music for student. I see one technique for the books. I don't remember specific books, but have the sounds, uh, binaural sounds for the read for the student, and I try to listen binaural uh, music bits. Guys, is very help. It's very help. I have had this headphone because is I like it when I stay more uh, concentrating, have a difficult task or a difficult student. I try to put my phone and then put the music. But before I reading, after reading about the binaural music, I change. It's helped me a lot because these sounds, the strange sounds, but you're in the 5 minutes you're staying more concentrating, stay I think in the box. It's helped me a lot in this technique. I like in the reading, the learning about these specific techniques because this I think in this, I improving step by step in forms I am studying, I'm reading, and I like it because it's when I start in the reading, it's crazy. I don't read in 2 pages for the sleeping and the other things. Today I read more better. I have more technicals. I like this specific thinkings, smart changing thinkings for your daily, your environments for the try to stay more motivated, more try to doing more goals, I think.
Perfect. Yeah, I haven't ever heard before about those uh, concentrated sound. I don't know how to say. I forgot the word you said, but really interesting. And Rodrigo, what about changing, uh, replacing bad habits to positive habits? Do you think it's possible? And what steps do you think? Um, what steps do you take to make the shift?
I think it's possible, but is very difficult. For example, uh, I thinking I have I have bad habits for the drinking a lot. Drinking for when I stay uh, Friday and weekdays, weekdays no, weekends.
Weekends.
Yes, I think in my mind, oh, start to weekends, I drink a lot. And I don't have, I can't think in never. I drink in the, but I think this Sunday in the beginning for the next week, I don't have more energy and I stay then more concentrated and I doing and I try to working better for my goals, for my working, for my family. And I reflecting about in some books and I'm reading, guys, it's not so good for me. I try to change it more. And I I think in this when I see these bad thinkings your specific high habits and work in your life is more easy in your changing in your replacing negative high habits um, and replacing your negative habits. I don't remember specific techniques I put in my life, but I try to reflect a lot on specific bad habits and okay, these specific habits making or uh, help you in the more near yes more near your goals. No, put in your life. It's simple, but it's complex.
Yes. Uh, I once I studied technique, but I will ask before to Juliana before I answer. What about you, Juliana? Do you think it's possible to change to replace a negative habits into positive habits?
Yes, I think it's totally possible. The same thing that's important, that is possible, make new habit. It's possible replace a negative habit with a positive one. It's totally possible, but maybe have the same difficulty that make a new habit, you know. It's very hard for someone that smoke, you know, and this person really want to stop and replace this with other one, but of course, good one. It's totally hard, you know, because you need uh make your brain, you know, stop to feel this kind of desire and feel desire to do other thing, you know. You really need a replace, but it's very hard, but it's not possible, you know, because there are a lot of people that replace these bad habits for other ones, you know, people that used to be smokers, you know, or use other kind of drugs, you know, drunks or something like that. So it's possible. but maybe take a time to activate this thing. But it's possible.
Yeah, and I think it's harder because it's not just related about creating a new positive habits. It's about leaving a negative habits behind and create a positive impact. So there are two activities there. This is not only one. So to me, this is really hard. Uh, and once I watched a course about creating new habits, new positive habits, and one thing that they talked about is um it's right all the things that are are that impact you in a negative way. For example, um, I wanted to start to wake up early. So at the first day, why I do not wake up early? Oh, it was because in the night before I sleep really late, so it doesn't help me. Uh, the second night, oh, it worked. At the third night, so I do not wake up early because I decided to go to a party with my friends. So we will start to take notes about the things that impacts you in a negative way. So you started to realize what points do you need to change it. So to me, it was an interesting thing. Um, guys, our time is almost finished. Uh, before finish this conversation, I think we have time to one more question. Um, okay, so I think this can be uh, the question number 10. Uh, Rodrigo, do you think small, consistent habits can lead to achieving larger goals? Can you share an example of how this has worked for you?
Yes, yes. I think in the biggest example in my case for this is about the read because this guys this powerful when I start in the read and the learning about a lot of thinkings. Uh, for example, financial thinkings, um, communication thinkings, about relationship thinkings for my wife and for my daughters. Um, uh, this helped me a lot. Um, well, about these technical thinkings too, because these are work in the IT, but my my strongest skills for my working for my relationship is soft skills. I see the high powerful I have for the resolve problems and uh, the seeing the helping other people's when I stay in the bad thinkings. For example, your workings, your relationships, your other thinkings. And for me, about the a lot of books I am reading the past, because I had when I stay and when I starting the reading the books, you're learning, you're reflecting for a lot, and helping you are changing more better tools and the other things. I think the read is the simple, basic, and the powerful habits in my life.
Right. Um, I totally agree with you, Rodrigo. This is a really important habit in my life that I have today. So I totally understand you. What about you, Juliano?
I truly agree with this question, and I can share an example. For example, study just, I don't know, 30 minutes a day. I think in 2023, yes, 2023, I got in the college and public university college, doing just the simple, but constant way studying every day or almost every day or every other day, But I studied, That's the key. So it's study, constant way, and I think in May of this year, uh, you have been 2 years that I am at this college, So that's amazing. I just studied.
Yes, just it's not that simple. Yeah, in my case, uh, my personal experience is about going to Beyonce's concert because it was the biggest dream of my life. And in 2023, I went to Germany to watch her concert, and I needed to start to save money. So I stopped all expenses. I cut all expenses that it was possible. So uh, it changed a lot my life because I started to realize how important it is saving money, is having a good financial control. So yes, it helps me a lot. Uh, guys, our time finished, so uh, I really want to say thank you for you all to be here. And it's Friday night, so enjoy your weekend. And that's it. Okay, see you next Friday. Bye bye.
Thank
Have a
you
good
guys for
week.
Bye
today.
bye.
Bye bye.